Begin by thoroughly insulating the sauna space from the floor all the way up to the ceiling and including the ceiling. The ceiling and higher points of the room are where the majority of the heat will likely try to escape, so it's important to keep the space thoroughly insulated. We suggest using Rockwool's Safe and Sound insulation in the sauna space to provide a little bit of extra safety and also sound insulation to ensure your sauna stays a quiet place of solitude. FRT plywood should be installed on the stud faces. As opposed to sheetrock, the FR or flame retardant plywood will give you a nailing surface anywhere inside of that sauna room and also provide an added layer of safety. We suggest using 5/8 thick FR plywood, as this same material can be ripped down into furring strips to later be used with your tongue and groove installation. The Sunlighten custom sauna will require a single phase, 4-wire, 30 amp, 240 volt dedicated circuit. In a commercial building, the 208 volt power supply will need to be upgraded to 240 volt supply. Your electrician will be able to install a buck boost transformer to make this conversion. The incoming 4-wire power will be landed inside of our custom sauna power box assembly. The incoming 120 volt legs, line 1, the red wire will mount onto the L1 pin. The L2 line, the black wire, will land on the L2 terminal and also be spliced and mounted onto the L1 pin in between the two fuse lugs. The neutral wire will connect outside of the circuit board and tie back into the main bus bar. And lastly, the ground wire will attach directly to the metal power box chassis. The heater box frames unscrew on the sides and reveal the mounting holes within the heater box frame underneath. All of the sauna heaters will be wired in parallel with a power, red, and neutral, white, connection. Each heater box is a certified fixture, so electrical connections can be made inside of these boxes and continue down the line to the next heater box in parallel sequence. Once the heaters are wired and mounted to the FR plywood, it's a good idea to test the system operation by temporarily connecting the sauna control panel to the main circuit board. The supplied control cables can be quickly connected for temporary use. If our LED chromo lighting package is included with this sauna assembly, now is a good time to run the supporting electrical power for these lights. From your wall-mounted light switch, you will need to run the supporting 120 volt power into the 5 volt LED transformer. From the transformer, wire the 5 volt power into the lighting ballast and light bulb assembly that then mounts or snaps into place on the back of the lighting fixture. A supporting 120 volt circuit will need to be supplied for these lights, as they are controlled with a remote outside of our power control system. We suggest installing a wall switch to operate as a master switch in case the lighting remote is lost or misplaced. Fill in the wall space remaining around the mounted heater boxes with the supplied tongue and groove boards. You will need to use furring strips to fur up the wall space so that the tongue and groove boards sit flush against the heater boxes. 5/8 inch is the ideal furring thickness, and we suggest ripping these strips into 1 inch widths for easy location and mounting widths. The custom sauna bench will anchor directly into the wall studs, with either a float over the floor or can also utilize a support leg depending on your sauna's design. The supplied bench slats should be fastened from the underside of the bench to eliminate visible nail holes on the surface. If included with your custom sauna package, the sauna's tempered glass door will mount directly to the finished face or trim of the door opening. Ideally, the hinge screws will anchor into the wall framing in order to support the weight and movement of the heavy glass door. Please leave the blue protective film in place until the door installation is complete. This will protect the installer in the event the glass would break. We suggest leaving around 1/4 inch gap around the door to allow for ease of movement. A door gap anywhere from 1/2 inch down to 1/8 inch is an acceptable range.